fucking kidding me? Look at this shit.
It's never going to go away.
Oh, my God. All right. Anyways, what's up, everyone? Inside the Ropes, it's been a minute.
We're back.
It has been a while since we've been here. A lot of things going on lately. People been sick. People had shit to do.
Holiday shopping and shit.
All that good shit. Shit's been crazy. But, collectively, we decided that we had to do this real quick because of what happened Saturday night.
Yep.
All right, so for those of you who live under a rock, Saturday night, Vasily Lomachenko fought Guillermo Rigondeaux. And this fight, well, leading up to this fight, the build-up was huge. Everybody in the world thought this was basically the two most skilled fighters in the world getting in a ring to square off and decide who was the best. These are two guys ranked just about in everybody's top 10 pound for pound. And everybody thought this was going to be an epic showdown of two great boxers. And then the bell rang. And not so much.
Well, I can't say that. The first 2 rounds were good. Everything else after that was just like, what the fuck is that?
I don't even think I thought the first 2 rounds were pretty much Lomachenko figuring out Rigondeaux while Rigondeaux stood there staring at Lomachenko.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, it was like that 3rd round where it kind of became apparent at that point.
I mean, Lomachenko, from, first round, little, feel out process, getting the rhythm, stuff like that. 2nd round, again, kind of finding his angles and stuff. From the 3rd round on, it was fucking target practice.
Rigondeaux was just standing there, and he's like I told Nick after the fight, I really believe he was trying to be Mayweather, trying to dodge and avoid every punch, because he's just ducking, trying to sweep out the way and not really throwing any punches at all for a great majority of the entire fight.
Here's how I feel about it. After Rigondeaux got the point deduction, and he knew that the only way to beat Lomachenko was by knockout, that's when the excuse came about.
I mean, listen, we're jumping the gun a little bit. Lomachenko, first of all, deserves a ton of credit. I know, you can say what you want. Rigondeaux came up 2 weight classes to fight him, whatever. Lomachenko's moved up in weight as it is. So this fight could have happened 2 years ago. Rigondeaux turned down the money then, which he actually would have gotten more money back then to fight him. They fight now. You say what you want. Rigondeaux took the fight. And leading up to this fight, he talked a lot of shit.
Yep.
He even talked shit to the promoter, saying, you didn't want to give me my credit, now I'm going to have to beat down your boy. Things like that. Telling Lomachenko, you're a great fighter, but daddy's home. But he did nothing in this fight. And I don't give a fuck. I've seen fighters with one eye, literally, because the other eye is completely shut, bloodied, beat down, who have fought back better than this.
He was just standing there letting him hit him.
Most of the time, he was bent over while Lomachenko was fucking pounding him in the back of the head.
And it happened at least twice or maybe even more
It happened about 4 times from what I counted.
No, I'm talking about it happened several times almost in every single round.
Yeah.
This fight was the biggest hype job ever. Well, at least the biggest hype job in recent memory besides, obvious mega fights. We'll keep those out of the mix. But for the hardcore boxing fans,
this was pretty much, as you said, a dream fight.
This was our dream fight. And instead of it being that, it was a one-sided boxing clinic. Lomachenko thoroughly beat down Rigondeaux. He picked him apart, dissected him, okay? And when I say beat down, I don't mean it in the sense of he left him bloody and beaten up and laying in the corner. I say beat down in the sense that he gave this man nothing, no options. There was no offense from Rigondeaux, period. He did nothing the whole fight. It was like he was in complete shell shock of what was going on. And like I said during the fight, one of two things happened during this fight. And I said it to you, Liz. Either we learn that Rigondeaux is the biggest hype job of all time, or we learn that Lomachenko is just that fucking good. One of the two happened. Which one? Who the hell knows at this point? I'm more willing to go with the latter here. That Lomachenko is that good. I don't want to say that Rigondeaux is a hype job. You know, I've seen the man perform. His fight with Donaire was excellent. We've seen him perform at a very high skill level. He's got multiple gold medals. So to say he's a hype job, it's a hard pill for me to swallow right now. So I got to go with the latter here and say Lomachenko was just that good Saturday night. Now, here's what bothered me more than anything. The hand injury, 6th round, I believe it was, after the 6th round, point deduction, hand injury, he refuses to come out. Lomachenko wins by TKO because Rigondeaux won't get off his stool to come out for the next round. Here's my issue. There have been fighters throughout the history of boxing that have broke their hands in fights.
And they still kept going.
Arturo Gatti has broken his hand. Floyd Mayweather has broken his hand in fights and kept going. There have been plenty of guys that have had it happen. And they take a round or two. You know, they just survive those couple rounds while the hand kind of goes numb. And then they come back and they fight. They at least show the heart of a fighter. Even if they know they can't win, they go out there, they show the heart of a fighter, and they go to war.
Even as one of the commentators said, regardless of how bad the injury is, a lot of fighters have toughed it out. It comes with the sport. It happens. You need to either tough it out or why are you doing this?
Rigondeaux
Unless
showed,
like it was just that bad, as you said, where like a bone is protruding and there's blood everywhere, there's really no excuse.
Well, that's what I said when we were watching it happen.
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
what I mean.
Unless they take that glove off, and as they peel it off, there is blood pouring out everywhere and there's a bone protruding from the skin. This is a shitty moment for Rigondeaux.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to be a hard one to live down. Period. Now, yes, he's 37 years old. Came up 2 weight classes. Blah, blah. Congratulations, all you fanboys out there. Here's the reality. Before this fight, you were all talking how Rigondeaux was the greatest thing on the planet and how he was going to spank Lomachenko.
Yeah, not what happened.
Now Lomachenko beats him, and he's over the hill. He was too small. Fight should have never happened. He hurt his hand. He blah, blah, blah. Listen, this is where, like I say it, just stick to the facts. Here's the facts. Saturday night, 2 fighters got in the ring. One of them got schooled. The other one continued to show us why he's great. It's that simple. Do I think Lomachenko is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now? No. No, I don't. And that's only because there are 1 or 2 guys out there who have done more than him still, who have bigger names on their resume still, who have more impressive streaks on their resume, have been more dominant than him, stuff like that. It's hard to get yourself to #1 on a pound-for-pound list with only 11 fights under your belt. That's not an easy thing to do. Not easy to get in the top 3 doing that, but I think he's done that. At this point, for all the Lomachenko hate that's out there, it becomes hard to keep throwing hate towards him with any kind of real substance behind it. At this point, it's just blind hatred. It's not, oh, he's not that good, he's a hype job. Because every time you say that, he comes out and looks better than he did in the last fight. He treated Rigondeaux the same way he treats anybody else he's ever fought. He landed 89% of his punches on a quote-unquote defensive fighter. There is no way this should have happened. None. And I'll be honest, I picked Lomachenko to win the fight. Going into the fight, I wanted Lomachenko to win the fight. However, if I'm lying, please say so. I was sitting right here screaming, Rigondeaux, throw some punches. Make this a fight.
Yeah.
Give us the fight we wanted.
He was
What
just
is
sitting
going
there,
on?
He was just
He did
sitting there
nothing.
taking it. But the part I hated about the fight the most, how he just kept clenching and hugging the dude.
Yeah.
Every time he knew that he was getting hit. I'm just like, oh my God, this is just stupid.
Here's what I thoroughly believe at this point, and I could be completely wrong, but whatever. Go fuck yourself. This is my page, and I get to have my opinion.
True.
Here's what I believe. After the 6th round, with the point deduction, he's been thoroughly dominated the entire fight so far. He's down now the equivalent of 7 rounds because of the point deduction. He needs not just to win every round the rest of the way, but he needs a couple knockdowns along the way just to make this interesting on the scorecards. To guarantee himself a win, he's got to score a knockout. And he's barely been able to touch Lomachenko up to this point. So, as much as I don't want to admit this, because I have a lot of respect for Rigondeaux and his skill and his ability and what he's accomplished throughout his entire amateur and pro career, I thoroughly believe him and his corner came up with an excuse and quit.
And it's sad too. Like, he was 17-0, and your loss is by you quitting in the corner.
Even if it comes out that the hand was hurt, I'm sorry, that's no reason to quit. There have been tons of fighters throughout the history of boxing that have fought multiple rounds with a broken hand.
It's a guy that went 17-0, proved that he was one of the best in the world, and he
Just
quit.
quit.
He's been dying for a moment like this. For another top guy in the pound for pound rankings, another top big name out there, to agree to fight him. And this was like his opportunity to step up and show the world, hey, I'm the best out here. Me. I'm the number 1 fighter in the world. And instead he quit.
Now, if the fight went nearly the distance, and like he had like one eye swollen shut, was like bleeding, had a few cuts,
If it
and was
was-
starting to get winded, and maybe like the round before the final round said like, I can't keep doing this,
Yeah.
I can't see, I can understand that.
All right.
But you got your ass whooped. You were just sitting
But
there
at the
getting
same-
hit. Every time you bent over, you got hit with damn near every uppercut that you could possibly get hit with. Combinations of them, mind you. And you kept clinching him, you kept hugging, and because you knew you were getting hit, and you had no answer for his offense because you weren't doing a damn thing about it. You were just sitting there getting hit.
And it
And
started,
with the point deduction,
all good.
with the point deduction, you knew, okay, I have to get a knockdown or to win this. Then when the next round came, you're just like, I ain't gonna get it. I'm not gonna get the damn knockdown or knockout, mind you. So you're just like in the corner. Oh, let me just make up an excuse to try and save myself. Did the exact opposite. Everybody knew you were bullshitting.
Not only that, plus, I'm pretty sure, because the opening of the fight, at least he got some offense.
Yeah.
At least he got something.
I didn't see him get anything.
But after, like, by the 2nd round, he started going to the whole hugging game. Started trying to hug him, and then, I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, what's going to happen? And then Lomachenko got the offense, and then
Listen,
all of a sudden it looks like Rigondeaux just stopped trying completely.
Listen, Rigondeaux's offense is his defense. It always has been. He's a counterpuncher.
Yeah.
He lures you in, and then he counters with big shots that can change the fight quickly.
Yeah, but we didn't see
But
any of
you
that.
can't. The only way to land counterpunches is to throw them.
And he was looking for that big shot, too.
He didn't throw counter shots. It was almost like he got stuck and just couldn't find a way to make adjustments. Lomachenko, on the other hand, early in this fight, seemed to make a lot of adjustments. He started shortening up his shots. He didn't load up on anything. Quick little pitter-pat shots just to make sure they were landing. And he frustrated the hell out of Rigondeaux. So, for all the hype in the world that it was, it definitely did not live up to the hype in producing a great fight, it did produce a great performance. It showed us Lomachenko in another great showcase of his talent. Plain and simple. Where do we go from here? Well, Rigondeaux, 37, first loss, quit on his stool, dominated. I still think if he goes back to his division, he's the best fighter down there by far right now. He can continue to defend his title down there for a while still. So I don't think it's the end of Rigondeaux, but it's definitely going to be the end of seeing him in a primetime spot anytime soon. He definitely hurt any chances he had of being put on big cards for a while.
We were sitting here watching the fight, and
he got up and threw his hands up in the air.
He had to go to work, and he's like, "Oh, we'll leave by 10:30." I'm like, "Yeah, we can just leave at quarter two. I'm giving you a ride." And we're sitting there all intense into the fight. Then all of a sudden, camera flashes to Rigondeaux's corner. Rigondeaux gives up. I'm like, wait. So I wanted to, it is really, really short. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. I guess we're leaving now then.
So, like I said, Rigondeaux, I don't think it's the last we'll see of him in a boxing ring, but it's going to be the last we're going to see of him on primetime TV, that's for sure.
Rigondeaux, this was a bad fight for Rigondeaux, but it was a great fight for Lomachenko. I'm not sure if any of y'all noticed, but you notice with that fight that Lomachenko was throwing a lot of quick punches, but didn't have that much power to him. But as the further the fight went on, he started to put more power into it.
He was trying to get him out of there.
Yeah,
he was trying. And I still think he would have too if the fight had gone on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have finished him one way or the other. But where does
those punches were connecting? It sounded like he was trying to finish it.
Where does Lomachenko go from here? What does Lomachenko do from here? Who knows, man? I don't think he stays in his division. There's not a lot left there for him. I mean, you got Tank Davis, you got guys like that, but these are guys who have shown no interest in getting in the ring with Lomachenko. And after a performance like this against a guy like Rigondeaux, I don't think they're going to be jumping into the ring with him anytime soon. So more than likely he moves up. Who's next on the docket? Who knows? Jorge Linares. Does he go up even further than that to try and look for Mikey Garcia? There's options out there. The question is, where does he go? We'll have to wait and see if he's moving up, if he's staying. I think more than likely, though, he moves up. I think he knows at this point this was the last big fight he could get in this weight class area. He's going to have to move up. He's definitely not going to be a very big guy as he moves up through these weight classes. But his skill, his speed, just the overall incredible footwork, everything he does is going to make him a real threat to anybody he gets in there with. And I don't see a lot of guys jumping at an opportunity to fight him because they see what happens when you get in there with him. He might not knock you unconscious, but he sure as hell embarrasses the shit out of you.
Definitely going to take the fight out of you, too. Did you say 4 people quit on him? This is the 4th person that quit on him during the fight?
4th in a row. 4th in a row, I believe.
Damn.
It started with Nicholas Walters. There was other guys in there. I can't remember the names right now. But, yeah, I believe this is the 4th guy in a row. That's why he made the joke after the fight that he should be called Lomachenko. Because everybody just quits. They don't want to fight him anymore. And it's because I compare him to a swarm of killer bees. One little sting might, ow, swat it away, you're fine. By the 100th sting, you're running for your life at that point. That's what it looks like when he fights somebody. That one little quick jab might not do too much damage, but that little quick jab is just a flash as he gets ready to unload 6 and 7 punch combinations on you, and then uses his footwork to get out of there before you ever have a chance to do anything to him. He embarrasses these guys. He makes them look like amateur fighters at best. So, what does the future hold? We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to put out my new pound for pound rankings, and probably like tomorrow during the day. Lomachenko definitely moved up my list at this point. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have him at number one. I have to take another look at my list, but I seriously doubt he's sitting at number one. But that's it for tonight. We definitely got more content coming soon. Like I said, things got a little crazy. People have been sick. People have been busy, working, shit like that. But we are going to get back into the swing of things here. We did not do anything on the wrestling front tonight. Here's the big update. Raw sucked. Have a great night.
Peace.